Hey there, everybody. I'm Rusty. Kind of a condition for me, I would suppose. We are going to do two puzzles today. I've got both a medium puzzle and an easy puzzle. We'll do the easy puzzle first. After all, we could treat it as reward, but let's get it out of the way. I've seen these sometimes not seem as easy to solve as they purport to be, so we'll go on the conservative side of that and see if we can get it solved quickly. And that's loaded. Remember, once I hit the start button, if it is solvable, you've got 20 seconds to grab a screenshot if you'd like and see if you can solve it as well. All right, thinks it's solvable. So 20 seconds. I'll chatter along here. I was out in the cold, so my voice is not settled back into my preferred baritone. Such is life. And there we go. So we get a 1 and a 7 here. Maybe a 1 here. One of these is going to be a 7. This or this could be a 1. So nope, it's going to be here. 1 and 7. Over here we end up with 2 here and a 3 here. Then we get a 3 down here. One of these two is going to be a 3. One of these two is a 3. We get 2 possibilities here, 4 possibilities here, and 2 possibilities here. But ones, well, one of these two is going to be a 1. How about 2s? I get 3 possibilities for a 2 here. 3s we marked 4, 5, 6. One of these two is a 7, so that can't be a 3. That's a 3. That means this is a 2. Okay. Over here we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So one of these two, this one's a 5. This becomes a 9. And here we've got a 1. One of these 3 is a 2. One of these 2 is a 3. One of these 3 is a 2 is a 4. Get a 5 here. One of these 2 is a 6. 7. That turns that into an 8. 9 is going to be one of these 2, so that means this is a 2. All right. How about down here? Okay, we got one of these 2 is a 1. 2, 3, 4. This can't be a 5. It's going to be one of these 3. Let's see if we can settle that out a little bit. Got a 6 here. One of these 3 is a 7. An 8 here. One of these 2 is a 9. So that's going to do for that. I guess we have to find some other clues to help solve some of this. All right. We got one of these 3 is a 1. One of these 2 is a 2. Pair of possible 3s. And I've got 4 possible 4s. 4 possible 5s. 6. Everything's open for 7s. One of this is an 8. And we've got a 9 going here. We might be able to drop a 7 in here, but we'll see. Let's look at this over here first. We've got everything's open for a 1 at the moment. 2, 3 are givens. We've got a 4 here. That means one of these two is a 4. That's not it, so 4 and 2. All right, 5 there. This one's going to be a 6. So one of these two is a 7, 8. We get a 9. One of these two is a 1. All right. We get anything more out of this one here, out of these? Still have 3 possible 7s here. 3 possible 5s. One of these 3 is going to be a 5. Actually, one of these 2 is going to be a 5. So therefore, 5 is going to be one of these two. How about 7s? Not a lot of help with 7s yet. One of these two is going to be a 1. 2 in here already. 3, 4, 5, 6. So one of these two is going to be a 7. 8 and 9. That means one of these two is going to be a 7. Got a 1 here. One of these, nope, not that one. That's a 2, so that's a 7. 3, 4. This one's going to be a 5, making this a 5 and this a 3. And this is going to be a 6, which means this one's going to be a 6. Let's see, what else have we got over here? Well, we know one of these 3 is going to be a 1. That's a 3, so we can clear that out. 3 possibilities for a 1. A 2 here, meaning I've now got 2 possibilities for a 1. 2, 3, 4 up. No, that's not a 4. This is a 4. All right. That means one of these 2 is going to be a 5. We get a 6 here. 7 here. One of these 2 is going to be an 8, making this a 9. This becomes a 1. That means one of these 2 is a 1. We got a 2 here, 3. One of this is going to be a 4. How about a 5? What do you got? 5s. One of these 2 is going to be a 5. We get a 6 here. This one's going to be a 7, making that a 1. How about 8? Well, that can't be an 8. That can't be an 8. So that's an 8. Turns this into a 5 and 8 here. And one of these two, this one's going to be a 9. And this is a 5 now. So that's a 5, a 1, and 9, meaning this is a 7. This is a 1, 7 here, 1 and 7 here, 1 and 7 here, 9, 3, 6, and 4 for a solution time of 7 minutes, 9 seconds. All right. That was not as bad as I was kind of thinking it might have been. Let me get a quick note in on this. All right, let's play again. And now we pull up, that's not what I want to do. All right. $606M, medium. So we got 2, 8, 5, and 9 here. 8, 9, and 5 here. 6, 5, 4, and 9 here. 4, 3, 8, 4, 2, 7, and 9. 5, 8, 9, and 6. 2, 7, 5, 1, and a 7 here. Let's see if it's solvable. Again, you can grab a screenshot in the next 20 seconds once I get a confirmation it's solvable, and see if you can solve it. And it is solvable. So, and I'm going to do my normal and glance through, see if I can spot any easy things to mark or answer. Oh, there's one. There's another. All right, there's my time. So we get a 5 here, another 5 up here. One of these two is a 5, one of these two is a 5. So we'll earmark both of those. Got a 1 here. About 7 here. One of these two is now going to be a 7. That means I've got 4 possibilities here, 3 possibilities over here. 7 here makes 1 possibility here. 2 possibilities here. 3 possibilities up here. And looks like 4 possibilities here. Let's move on. 8. We've got 2 possibilities for an 8 here. I solved 8 here. Let's see. We got a 1 and a 2 to drop in here. That can't be a 2, so that's a 1. That makes this a 2. What do we got here? 1. One of these is going to be a 3. 4. And 6, it looks like. Well, this one's going to be a 6, so this can't be a 6. This can't be a 1, so 1 is up either up here or here. 2, but 3s. Everything's kind of open for 3s at the moment. One of these two is going to be a 3. And here we've got 3 possibilities. 4 is actually going to be one of these two. So it's not going to be here, but it could be either any of these 3. 5 here, here. Okay, 6s. A 6 here. 3 possibilities here. 2 possibilities for a 6 here. Hey, this one's going to be an 8, so 3 comes down here. That means one of these 3 is a 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So one of these two is a 1. This one's going to be a 2. That means one of these two is a 3. Could be either one now. All right. Over here, we've got 2 7s earmarked. One of these 3 is going to be a 1, which means one of these two is a 1. Over here, we've got one of these 3 is going to be a 2, so that turns that into, nope, not a 1. 2, that becomes a 1. And that means that this is going to be either one of these two is going to be a 6. And it could be either 6 and 9s are our other possibility. That's going to be a 9, so that's a 6. All right. Let me get better information here. 1, 2. Still 3 possibilities for 3, 4, 5, And 2 possibilities for 6, so now it's 1 possibility for 3. That's not a 1 or a 2, it's a 3. All right, so we've got 3 possibilities for 3 here, 4 possibilities here, and lots of possibilities here, but 2 possibilities for 3 here. 2 possibilities for 1 here, and that means that's 4. Okay. 3 possibilities for 4 here, 4 possibilities up here, 3 possibilities here. So far, 4 possibilities there. Okay, 5s, 6s, 3 possibilities, 7, 4 possibilities for an 8. Ooh, hey, this one's going to be an 8 here. 9, 8 here. Let's see, 1, 2. I'm getting useful information now. So one of these 4 is a 3, one of these 3 is a 4, 5. One of these 2 is a 6. Could be either one, but that means that one of these 2 is a 6 now. We got a 7 and an 8. One of these, this one's going to be a 9. And that means one of this one's going to be a 9. And this is going to be a 9. All right. Any more useful info here? Not yet. How about over here? So, because I don't have ones narrowed down here or here, can't narrow them down here either. All we can say is it's not going to be one of these 2. One of these 2 is a 1, 2, 3, 3, or 3. And each of those can be a 4, 5. That can't be a 6. So 4 possibilities for a 6. 7s, 8, 9. All right. Let's see. 1 there, or one of these 2 is going to be a 1. One of these 2 is going to be a 3. 1. How about 2s? Kind of can't narrow down with 2 yet. We've got a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So one of these 2 is an 8. And now we can narrow this one down to a 2. All right, that means one of these 2 is a 2, and this one is a 1. Up here, that means I've got 4 possibilities for a 1. It does mean I get to narrow these 2 down. One of these 2 is going to be a 4. Not this one, though, so that's a 4. That's a 1. Now we've got 2 possibilities for a 1 here. And 2 possibilities for a 2 here. 3. All I know at the moment is this can't be a 3. Neither can these 3. So I've got 4 possibilities for 3 at the moment. We get a 4, though. And with the 4, we get the 2 possibilities for a 5. How about a 6? Well, I know it can't be in this column. So I've got 4 possibilities for a 6 yet. 4 possibilities in the corners for a 7. And same for the 8s. All right. How about over here? 8. With that being a 1, this becomes a 3, and this is a 1. That means that's a 3. All right, which means that's a 3. This is a 1 and a 1 here. So that means this is going to be either one of these two is going to be a 4. We got two possibilities of 4 there. That's going to be a 4, so that's a 6 and a 4 here. One of these two is going to be a 6. That means one of these two, this one's going to be a 6. That becomes a 5 and a 6 here. And this becomes a 5 here. This is a 1, this is a 2. All right, we can now narrow this one down to being a 3, I believe. Yep, 3. So this becomes a 3, this becomes a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That becomes a 7. 4 and 7 here. 7 and 2 here. 8 and 3. Nope, 8 and 3 here. That makes this an 8, this an 8, this a 6, and we've got our remaining number here, which is a 7. Hey, a medium in 10 minutes and 35 seconds. How did you do? How did you do with the 606 Easy? Was it a tough one for you? I appreciated your efforts and your comments. Thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow.